Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's live stream of our homebrew D&D campaign, The Darkness of Amon'Gul, a high fantasy campaign set in the continent of Creydor. We are the Conduits of Chaos, a bunch of D&D and gaming enthusiasts from Wales, and in tonight's episode, following a battle with a bugbear clan leader, a dragon, and a vile creature of the Shadowfell, our adventurers find themselves inside the mountain cave of the Goblin Ranges. But before we crack into tonight's action and recap of the last session, just a quick thank you as always to all of our supporters. If you are new to the channel or just tuning in, please do check out all of our past episodes, all available on our Twitch and YouTube channels. And if you do like what you see, please do hit that subscribe button while you are there and hit those like buttons. Great, so first off, welcome back, Mark. Grizz was sorely missed during the last session.
Was he though?
Well, as well as he was played, it's nice to have Grizz back at the helm. But appreciate it, quite a lot did happen, so a bit of a lengthier recap for tonight, Mark, just to make sure that we catch you up.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, anything that was done in my absence last time is not canon. Let me just make that clear. It will be struck from the record as needed.
Well, is that why you're not going to edit the next video? Yeah, oh, the last video. Yeah, we'll let that one stay.
Yeah, actually thinking about it. Yeah.
Or you watch your back and just mute anything where your character does anything.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, Dren forgets that I edit these, doesn't he? Yeah.
I guess he's some dodgy dubbing coming over my character in the next few sessions.
Yeah, could happen. No, but thanks for playing Grizz in my absence. That's much appreciated.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you. And we do have a bit of a slight tweak in the overlays tonight. Probably nobody's going to notice much, but for me, it took me ages to retwiddle some of those words around, so I definitely recognize them. But hopefully those the sort of everyone's names and classes and stuff are a little bit more legible compared to the old overlay that we did have. Added a few little twiddly bits and shadows around certain places as well. So I think it looks nice, but open to feedback, by the way, because I know none of you have seen this yet. So yeah, just let me know what you think.
Looks very crisp.
I do have some feedback for you.
Oh yeah, go on.
It's gonna need well, it's not gonna need to change, but it should change. You got my race wrong.
Oh,
hang on, what?
Well, did I?
Hang on a minute.
Did I?
I mean, if I'm picking up what you're putting down, Cathbadge is wrong as well. Or is that something else?
No,
I think this was unique.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you remember Drent back in our time in Gandrift started experiencing different parts of his background and backstory. Well, that's led to some changes, which, yeah, you're right, we haven't acknowledged that, so great bit of feedback and something that will change for the next session for sure. And do have a little bit of a surprise for everyone tonight, but we'll wait till later in the session to find out what that may be, hopefully, if we get it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, everyone good tonight, yeah?
Yeah.
All ready to explore some caves? Talk to some, I don't know, wet bugbears and smelly goblins?
That's what we do best.
They love it.
A 2-hour essay I want to hear about Grankle, the Abyss, the Shadow Realm, and what was the other one that he said about Hugek? Rugek?
Hugrek.
Yeah.
Hugrek,
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we'll dive into last session's recap and see what Grizz, see what you missed, and yeah, catch everybody back up. So put some light music on. Hopefully that's coming through for everyone. So yeah, at the start of the last session, you found yourself still in the surrounds of the frozen waterfall With Brovak having laid the final blow to the bugbear leader Grupan, your focus completely shifted towards Mozor. That was until a terrifying and familiar screech echoed around the battlefield as another of the shadow creatures appeared at the southern entrance of the waterfall. We started the round with Cathbad's pixies laying some subtle groundwork on Mozor, who failed in his attempts to subdue Drent Ape. But then as the screeches of the creature echoed around the waterfall, everyone but Lovak and Mozor became deafened by the piercing sound, as it then hovered towards the group, but wrapping its shadows around Grupan's body, seemingly agitating him back to life. Grizz, ignoring this unfold in front of them, switched their focus to Mozor, springing across the battlefield to continue their amazing streak with another mighty crit with the Blade of the Golden King, visibly weakening the dragon. But Mozor wasn't taking it lying down as his underbelly began to glow blue once again, releasing his icy breath out into the battlefield, which knocked Lovak and Brovak unconscious and turned Drent back into his normal self. Which actually seemed to work out in his favour, as Drent pulled out Boar's mighty horn and, giving it a raging blow, released jagged spikes beneath Mozor, seemingly ending his existence as his form shrunk into this purple orb, releasing a blinding light before disappearing into oblivion. With everyone's gaze drawn towards Drent and Mozor's demise on the other side of the battlefield, Grupan's corpse seemed to regain life as its somewhat animated body with glowing green eyes started to move towards Drent, launching a spear into his chest. Meanwhile, as the shadow creature looked towards Lovak beneath him, it appeared to consume his shadow, similar to what had happened to Broderson earlier in the mountains, and weakening Lovak's physical form. As Grizz lay in some blows, Turtlebad dived beneath the ice and cracked out behind the shadow creature. And in a moment of divine greatness, Drent, the once again Dragon Slayer, gave another blow of Boar's mighty horn as he released a resonant healing effect across the waterfall, lifting Lovak, Brovak, and some of Grupan's goons back from their unconscious state, which was a very handy spell. Grupan's goons didn't last long, however, as a sort of Grupan's animated corpse sent them back to their graves as he struck at them with his Morning Star and spear. And the shadow creature then continued its torment on you as it let out some lashing shadows, fortunately most of you saving. But as you continued to trade blows, Grizz's flurries caused the creature to lose his concentration as Grupan's animated corpse fell to the floor, followed up with some nice hits from a snapping Turtlebad and Lovak's radiant Sunfury. But with the creature back up, it managed to regather itself as it shifted its gazes back towards Drent and, like Lovak, began to consume his shadow. And as this draining feeling washed over Drent, he fell unconscious. And as hope had started to fade at this point, it was looking a little bit hairy. Some great hits from the group. Saw the creature fall to a final blow from Turtlebad as it exploded into a dark blast of energy which swept across the battlefield, plunging you all into a nightmarish vision of a distant and twisted land. And if you remember, this place was shrouded in a perpetual twilight with haunting scenery and devoid of life, other than that of like sort of gnarled and withered trees. There was an eerie stillness filled the sort of heavy air as anguished cries and mournful wails permeated the atmosphere. And amidst this bleak landscape, a dark citadel rose from the ethereal gloom as its wrought iron gates commanded an imposing presence as they stood tall at the entrance of this fortress of obsidian black stone, which was adorned with all sort of various gargoyles, skeletons, and other worldly creatures. And at these gates legions of shadow warriors were marching outward in perfect unison, as their numbers seemed endless as they moved with a chilling precision. And as you then look down upon yourselves, wisps of shadow sort of surrounded you as you were then pulled back into reality and back to the waterfall. So shocked and confused by these visions, you attempted to raise Drent from his unconscious state, who appeared to be similar to Broderson, dark glazed eyes. No joy, however, but as you sat there pondering, wondering what to do, Drent seemed to awaken on his own, and having seen the similar and vivid visions as the rest of the group. And after some discussion, your attention turned back towards the task at hand as you headed towards the cave with Gruban's head in hand, along with the shadow cloak you found on his body. Yeah, so a nice scene from Lovac. Thought it was a good idea to chop off Gruban's head and bring it with you, which is a nice little part of the story there. And as you entered the cave, you were hit by a sort of damp and pungent smell, which for Lovac was the unmistakable odour of home, bugbears and goblins. And as your eyes adjusted from the piercing white light of the outdoors, looking up at you were hundreds of goblinoid creatures. But you were surprised at the lack of hostility. Living conditions around appeared to be poor, with many of them looking malnourished and weak as they huddled close together for warmth around several open fires which filled the cave. And as you spoke to one of the goblins, you sort of distributed out rations and deer from earlier in the day, which came with great excitement, before Lovac and Brovac turned their attentions to the location of Moog, their mother. And you were told that she was quite weak and to go quickly with food. And as you made your way to her, Lovac was greeted with his mother's warmth. This did seem to take a lot out of her, however, as she fell asleep somewhat soundly and with a small hint of a smile as her family was reunited. And as you thought about bedding down for the night, after some comfort that humans wouldn't be eaten, Cathbad also lit a campfire which was well received. And as you had some brief discussions of Grankle and other bugbear deities, along with a mention of a shrine dedicated to him somewhere in the cave, which did come with some warnings of danger and strange rumblings, you just decided to bed down, and we ended the session with a long rest as Drent and Lovac continue to see visions of the strange place where these legions continue to march outward from this grand dark citadel. And that's where we'll pick up tonight's session. Having just battled goblins, bugbears, a dragon and a shadow creature from the Shadowfell, you now find yourselves in a goblin cave system amongst the highest peaks of the goblin ranges. Surrounded by malnourished and weak goblinoids, your gracious offer of assistance with supplies has been well received, as Lovac is also reunited with his mother. As you rest down for the night, this is where we'll pick up tonight's session, as a troublesome night's sleep sees Drent and Lovac still suffering from vivid visions of what you imagine to be the Shadowfell, where great legions appear to be haunting your minds as they march outwards towards an unknown place, causing an uneasy feeling of doom to wash over you as you are both awaken with a sweat.
Well, that's not good. Do I see Lovac?
Yeah, so you've all managed to find a part of the cave fairly close together. Yeah. You all decided to stay close to each other. As comfortable as you were, you weren't going to get eaten. You decided to bed down together, and as you turn to look, almost as if you were released from your dream at the same time, you both catch each other just coming out of your dream.
Well,
what did the others of us notice? Oh, sorry. What if you said that?
Are the others awake? That's the thing I didn't know. I didn't know if it was just me and Lovak awake.
Yeah, we'll say that Grizz and
We
Cathbad are
woke
all
everyone up.
ready, awake as this is happening, as you both seem to need a bit of a longer slumber. But yes, you both seem to be the ones that awaken with a little bit more of a stir.
What's troubling you both? Trent, you're normally a pretty good sleeper.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get me up. I don't know. It's strange dreams. I had them when I fell unconscious, when we was fighting the ghost spectral thing of a vast army storming out of a fortress keep.
Well, that
Something's
doesn't
wrong.
that doesn't bode well if it's the shadow creature that's brought those on.
I wouldn't want to fight an army of them. I couldn't quite tell specifically if it was the same things. It's a bit eerie to say the least.
What kind of army were they? Were they like humans or like ghosts or werewolves?
Is there a way for me a check or a roll I can make, Mike?
I will let you
recall?
both roll something that involves memory, so let's say a wisdom check of some kind.
I think it's not only that it screams out to me, whether it would be.
So just
maybe-
roll a straight up wisdom.
Yeah. I know how to do these.
Okay.
So
12.
7.
So you're finding your memory a little bit, while vivid, recalling exactly what you're seeing a little bit more hazy. Perhaps just feeling a little bit more of the effects of what's happened to you than Lovak, as you fell unconscious. So your mind seems to be a little bit slower, and you still feel a little bit weakened, both of you actually, from the effects of this creature. So if you both remember, you've got -2 to your strength and dexterity, and -9 to your overall maximum hit points. So yeah, in that weakened state, but Lovak, you seem to be remembering a little bit more, and perhaps some more of the details, and as you caught glimpses of these creatures marching in unison. I explained at the start, at the end of the last session, that as you looked down before you exited your dream, you felt as though perhaps you were shrouded in shadow yourself, as perhaps you were one of these shadow creatures, almost like a commander or legion commander overwatching this army go outward. But as you notice some details of this army, you do notice a little bit more skeleton-like features on some of them.
It was as though I hadn't had any food for months. Very thin. See my rib cage. Was it clothing as well?
So they had clothing, yeah. So a mix of sort of darkened armor and some of them like with cloaks, which made them look like shadow as they moved in unison as these robes. You know, almost like death. Do you know, like when you see in like the material sort of waves in the wind is kind of like that.
I remember we were all wearing these capes and robes, and that's not like me.
I don't like the
you
sound
were
of
marching
this.
with them. Were you marching with them, Lovak?
I was there, yes.
Were we there?
Yeah?
You,
Really?
yeah, I appreciate you in the last session. So when the shadow creature died, it exploded.
Right.
And let out like this dark aura. And in that instant, you all saw the vision that I
Right, okay.
described.
Yeah,
But Lovak and Drent, both saw deeper, more vivid hallucinations because of their what happened to them from the shadow creature.
Right. Okay.
I saw sighs, halberds.
Did the creatures look like the things we fought outside the church in, I want to say, Earthfield?
Airfield.
I was asking Lovak, but yeah, we need your input.
No, you need my input, but
Yeah.
I would say for Lovak's benefit, for now, yes, I would say similar.
Yeah, something along those lines.
For what I remember, yes. Airfield was some time ago.
Yeah, that was quite an ordeal, especially for those of us that were afflicted with the condition that we caught around that time. I really don't like the sound of these visions. What do we think their meaning is? Why are we seeing them? Is it to do with our quest? Is it something we can avoid?
That would be nice.
Maybe they're coming here. Don't know. Should I roll something? See if I know anything more.
I'm gonna base it off your 12 because you're recalling memories, and while you see these legions marching, they're marching out of the gates, but you have no concept of, you've only just arrived in this land that you've started now to get like almost the way that I would describe you leaving your plane in this vision is almost like you were swooshing through the air into another plane before arriving at this citadel, which you see like almost like the camera, if you imagine like a movie scene, like whoosh, like flying through this scenery, then arriving as this like citadel grows in front of you and you land into a shadow creature, and this is where you see this army marching out. So you kind of have no concept of where it's going.
Not sure
It'd be
where
just
they're
our
going,
luck,
but,
wouldn't it, if they're coming to fight us?
Yeah, they're going somewhere.
Do you think this shrine up to Grankul could aid us at all? I know you said Grankul was one of the lesser deities. Is it worth trying to stop there before we go looking for the portal?
I'd like to see Grankul myself anyway, so yes, let's investigate.
Okay, so as you're having this conversation again, you kind of see as you're looking around you as other goblinoids are going around some activities and awakening from their slumber as well after the events of the day before, grand battle outside the cave. You still have the sort of the biting chill, and the sort of dampness still grasps the air around you as the cave walls seem to glisten with that sparkle of ice, like diamonds almost, and the wind is just howling through the cave system, and as it's doing it, it's whistling at different frequencies as it penetrates into the far depths of the cave. But as you're having this conversation, a somewhat more pleasant aroma has also started to fill the air, replacing the damp smell of squalor and wet bugbear fur with a smell of cooked deer and food supplies. And the uneasy atmosphere that there was before, whilst not hostile, has shifted as the goblinoids around you appear to have regained some of their strength as well as their confidence. As one of the goblins comes up towards the group and looks towards Lovak.
So, who are you then? I don't recognise you.
just saved your ass, so just give us some space.
Oh, I didn't mean it in a nasty way. I'm just asking who you are. What clan are you from?
I'm Lovak.
Lovak. I've been around for some time. Which clan are you from?
The Furies. You heard of them?
Yeah, that was Groupan's clan.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
It was, yes.
As he looks over towards Grizz like he wants to say something, but doesn't. Just lets out a little. And
So, you and him, brothers?
Indeed, we're all brothers.
as he realizes he's just pointed at him and just gone, I mean, our new clan chief.
Oh, Brovak, not Grizz.
Yeah, Brovak. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. Brothers. Blood brothers, yes.
You look like the older brother. Maybe you should challenge him and take the clan yourself.
I have no interest in staying.
Oh, what's wrong with us? Why would you not want to stay?
I'm going to be polite and refuse to answer.
We have a very important quest, Mr. Goblin.
As the
I look over at Lovak and just let Lovak know that I'm really struggling to stay quiet, but I'm letting him have his moment, you know.
and in a rare moment, Brovak comes over and just like, right, stop pestering my brother and the group. Now go back over there. As if to really take charge of the moment, as the goblin looks at him. All right, just making friends. As he scuttles back off to another group of goblins as you sat here. Would you like to do anything while you do you want to engage with anybody?
Are we like in the morning? Because like mechanically, I have clicked long rest. I must have done it in the last session. So have we woken up, rested, and everything?
You have, even though that you woke up in a violent way.
Yeah, it is
You
after that.
still took a long rest. Yeah.
Okay. Brovak, do you have, or does anybody here you know have any idea where this shrine to Grandcool is? Or a really big shiny portal that would get us to a different plane?
And as you're talking, the goblin that was over here talking to you still seems to have his ear twisted towards you.
You looking for the shrine? I'll take you to the shrine.
Is this another situation like the Mosul situation?
I think it could be.
I'm a little bit like, Brovak, can we get rid of this goblin?
If only Broderson was here to chop off toes again.
Intimidation check, please.
Oh.
What, for the toe threatening?
Yeah, to see how this goblin reacts.
Why would you take off my toes?
Fine, one of them will take you to the shrine. As he scuttles even further into the cave away from you.
I hope this isn't another Mosul situation.
We've been burned once, or frozen rather.
You got trust issues, guys.
Hmm.
But the amount of friendliness we gave to Dagis, especially Olga, and the way he repaid
Yeah.
us, you know?
It's an open wound still, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Definitely. Fuck daggers.
We did chop off his hand or toes or something. I think we
Yeah,
burned
but
any bruises
I
we had
didn't.
with that.
he was like a goblin or something. That's like bread and butter day in the life for them.
Okay.
Yep.
I just said he was annoying.
Yeah, Brodison did go straight into that, to be fair.
Yeah. Right, okay, so we're gonna go. So let me get this straight. We're gonna go to a shrine which might have a portal and it's gonna be dangerous. So is there anything we need to do before we go? Like Lovak, you know, this is time you've ever with your family for the first time in a while. Is there anything you especially want to do before we go? You know, do you need to kind of give Brovak any instructions or anything like that? You know.
Let's go see Moog before we head off, Ma'am.
Okay.
I'm really not looking forward to this. There's something giving me an uneasy feeling about this shrine and these visions, but we can't stay here forever, I guess.
No, because it smells bad here. It's
not-
kind of gross.
It's actually smelling nicer now. Just FYI.
Oh, the smell of some food,
Okay.
I do prefer the fresh air and the woodland to the mountains and caves, but needs must.
As Brovak does speak up, and it's like, I don't know where the shrine is. I have to ask one of the goblins. Shall I get a crew of them to come with you?
One should be fine, right? I don't
One
think
or
we
two.
could deal
What
with
about two? Like we take a spare just in case we need to kill one of them to make a fight. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh dear.
These are my people now, Grizz.
Hmm.
As he grins his teeth. Like you.
Oh, sorry, almighty Brovak. I apologize for any offense I may have caused.
Oh, humble me with your words, human. As he whispers to somebody, go get us a guide to the, to take us to Granko's cave. Come back to the party then, and so Lovak, you want to head over to Moog, is it?
Yeah, I'll just give some more water to Moog and say we're going to Grankle.
Yeah, so you stayed quite close, obviously out of concern, so Moog has awakened as well and takes the water from you and
Say, thank you, my child.
You drink all of this by the time I get back.
I
Okay.
will. And when you return, I can tell you about your brother. I'm sure you are shocked.
Yes, save your strength. I mean, he talks a lot.
That's his father's influence.
Okay. Rest now. And I'll make sure one of the helpers brings some food over.
as she grabs your arm and
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, my child. I've grown weary of the traditional ways, as many here do. We're meant for more, not just to live our lives in caves. And I can see that you, my boy, standing next to others of other kinds, humans. Who would have imagined this? You make me proud. You bring light to all bugbear kind and goblin kind.
As she takes a breath in, like she's wasted a lot of energy there.
They have things outside of the caves called pillows. Wish I had one to give you. They're magnificent.
Oh, it sounds enlightening. I would love for you to bring me one of these pillows one day.
They say it's as soft as the cloud, but in fact it's softer. These pillows are softer than the clouds. I'm sure of it.
I may be old and believe in the traditional ways, but clouds, don't fool your mother.
The clouds here are just full of rain, you know that.
Yes.
Right, rest. Go to see Grandco.
You could get her a wet pillow, Lovek.
A wet pillow.
Yeah, like the clouds around here. So they were full of rain.
We'll pass on that. But
Be safe,
you
child.
rest now.
Grankle's
You too.
cave, I've heard them talking. It's dangerous.
Where's Grandco?
Keep your wits about you.
As she uses her strength to slap you on the arm.
Save your strength. See you later.
And you already know, like, compared to last night, she seems far stronger than, like, having had some sleep and some food. So you kind of feel a little bit more warmed by that feeling.
I'm glad. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this cough at the moment, sorry. I'm
Is
getting there.
is this the most emotional we've ever seen, Lovek?
I'm emotional every week.
Well, I don't disbelieve that, Lovek, but sometimes, I can't pick up on your emotions because, how we show them is quite different, right? But you seem to really care about making sure your mum is well.
How would a human show emotion in this scenario?
It varies, that's the thing, right? Like, if it was me with my mum, I'd probably be crying right now.
Wet my face?
Yeah, on a pillow maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
but not every human would do that. It varies a lot.
Once I saw humans who were crying and then they were kind of grappling each other. What was that about?
That could have been a number of different things.
Okay. I won't do that then.
No, probably not.
Thank you.
Is there anything else we need to do before we go? Cathbad, Drent?
Lovak is your magical item you have that we put spells into. Is that full currently?
Oh fuck. Yes, I think so. I haven't used it in a while.
Oh, the stone, the iron stone. Boar's stone, rather.
I can't remember what it was. I couldn't tell if it was a ring or a stone. It confused me.
That's right, yeah, it was the one I gave to him. Yeah, if that's stocked up. I don't have anything else that I can think of. I'm about as prepared as I can be, really. Like I said, I'm dreading this a little bit, but we'll see how we go.
Well, let's go do this, and maybe then Lovek can come back and spend a bit more time with his family before we need to go and do something else. Unless we have to go through a portal at the end of this.
I was wondering if they know of any treasure hoards or anything here, since we've seen. Oh, that's a point. But before I go on to finding more treasure, do we think that Mozo is dead? Because when we fought the dragon at the fair, once it died, its body was there, and when we killed Mozo, it disappeared in a blinding light.
It's just one of many things that doesn't seem to be adding up for me either, Drent. I think it's worth questioning what happened there. And I was in turtle form as well, so I was quite confused as to what happened, even more than normal.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it over breakfast.
Have we fought anything else that just vanished instead of just
the shadow
laying there on the
spectres,
corpse?
right?
They did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's something that happens if the creatures are like undead or like from another plane or something like that, and maybe Mosul's not from this plane.
Maybe. Yeah.
He was able to track us even though we escaped onto a different plane and then came back. So I don't know. That was worrying in itself. Unless he could just see us from flying around in the sky, I don't know. Plus, we've seen him shapeshift before as well.
Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye out.
We've seen you shapeshift as well, Cathbed.
Yeah, but it's less sinister when I do it. I'm not trying to trick you guys.
It's quite good because you can turn into a turtle, and that was always really fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I point at my bracer and the turtle on it.
I'm gonna try and make sure I'm not prone next time I do that. That was a bit of a struggle to get upright. But thankfully there was some water nearby.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we ready to start our next phase of the journey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoever our guide is, I would like to ask them though, see if they know of any, hidden caches of treasure here we might be able to borrow.
Before you do, or as that's happening, just because you were talking about magical items, you did pick something up of Gruban's body, remember, as well.
The cloak thing?
And I didn't really give you too much in the last session because I forgot how I made it. So I have made it for today's session. So it is called Cloak of Shadow Step. So it's up to you if anybody wants to look at this item or do anything with it.
So to properly identify it, we'd have to spend a decent amount of time with it, wouldn't we?
So you have to spend an hour with it. So
Yeah.
if anybody does want to do that during their long rest, obviously because I haven't mentioned it before now again. So it's up to you guys. If anybody wants to do anything.
Okay, who's the best at that kind of thing amongst us? It's not going to be me, is it? Because I don't even know magic at all.
I suppose it competes with things that people have as well, right? Or is it not? It does require attunement.
Yeah, being a tunable thing, right?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I've got quite a lot of items needing attunement, and I don't really have a slot at the moment. So I don't know if maybe Drent, if you're interested in it.
If nobody else does, yeah, because obviously I do have slots because the powers that be don't seem to like me.
And you did kill the dragon, Drent. So
Oh no! Oh, don't tell me there's another dragon the Drent killed.
Oh, did you not see it, Chris?
Well, I mean, We don't know if it was dead, but it definitely disappeared.
Oh yeah. We'll need to do an autopsy before we can confirm that as another dragon tail, won't we?
Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I did hear the people in the cave chanting my name.
Yeah, but they do that anyway to keep aware of where you are and make sure they don't forget you're around, basically, right?
I don't know. You know, they was telling me all about how they enjoyed Dragon Slayer Ale, what it was called.
Okay.
And they asked if they could be on their next beer that we make.
Drend, I think, it's part of the tales people will be saying about you for years to come is how you slayed all these dragons, single-handedly.
Well, if you do, maybe on the next ale, I'll put a picture of you on there as well.
Do you know what I find hilarious? You slayed 2 dragons now and haven't had any loot.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
But we do need to go back to Mozo's lair and get all his.
To be honest, I don't care that much about treasure anymore. No.
Would you mind giving me your sword?
That's not treasure. That's a holy connection to Boar.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Oh, I don't think Boar's gonna be too happy about you talking about his artifacts as if there's some loot you might pick up off a cave floor.
Lovak, do you want this cloak?
Novak doesn't wear clothes.
Not even a cloak. Because I don't wear armor, but I do wear clothes.
What's the purpose of a cloak?
So you can go wah like that.
Yeah.
It helps you remain invisible or stealthed.
Yeah, it can help you to blend into. If you've got a black cloak and you're in darkness, it's going to make you more difficult to see. Yeah.
Yeah, surely Grankle would look kindly on that.
That's what the black fur is for.
Yeah, good point.
Maybe you can tie it around your neck as a scarf.
I feel I might step on it and maybe trip.
That is a good point as well. But you could start a new fashion amongst bugbears.
Maybe it'll grow on me, but right now I have 3 of these magical items. I think another would break my attunement to them.
I think if that's the case, then Dren should hold on to it for now at the very least, and if we need to move it around later.
I've got it on straight away.
Okay, Dren's got it now, so that conversation's done.
Clunk. Yeah, just the clasp is gone as Chris was speaking.
Okay, let's move on.
So, Drent, you may add this Cloak of Shadow Step attuned to yourself, and I'm sure you can happily read the descriptions of it yourself, but yeah, you get a kind of interesting feeling wash over you as you wear this cloak, as it seems to give you some sense of agility, and in this darkness of this cave you kind of feel like you could creep more stealthily beneath the shadows.
Well, whenever we're in battle, you're always way behind the rest of us anyway, so how will we know if it's working?
Usually because I'm the one who alerts everyone of the noise by tripping over.
Oh, that's a really good point. You should totally have that item.
Your armor, we'll still be able to hear your armor though. Right.
Yes, but this will help counteract it, the thickness of the weave in the cloak. In fact, what I'll do, I'll put the weave of the cloak down in between the rivets of my armor.
Nice.
Good thinking.
Yeah. It's actually really cool.
Awesome. It's a pretty nifty cloak. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
I'm just going to have to get a model done now, because my character's starting to look really, really cool. Oh, do I get to attune to it now, or no?
Yeah. So I said this is something you could have done overnight,
Yeah.
like decided. So doing it after the fact, but
Nice. Thank you.
great. So yeah, as you know, you're all talking about your fancy new cloak, Drent. One of the goblins comes over with Brovac, and it's the same goblin from earlier.
I'm the one that's explored the caves the most, okay? I was only trying to help you earlier.
Ah, well, that's good, friend. What's your name?
Diggis.
Diggis. Oh, crap.
No.
Well, do me a favor. Don't tell anybody else that name.
I know. We heard your conversation. No. My name's Mutt.
Matt? Okay. Right, well, Matt, I'm sure we'll get along well. Would you like some extra food? I have some rations here if you'd like one.
Yes, please.
And I would give him one of my rations that I have left. So I didn't give all of them away.
It's not true what they say about you humans, is it?
What do they say?
You stink and you're vile and you're only good for food.
No, that's pretty true for most of us.
I mean, I was just being polite. I mean, you smell delicious. In a non-complimentary way.
That's fine. Say, since I did share my food with you, do you know of any other treasure hoards around in this cave network?
Persuasion check, please. As he's like looking around, like
23?
Yeah, I can take you to the most valuable thing here.
Oh, what's that?
The best moss rock. It's the tastiest rock in the cave.
Maybe when we get back. We'd better go see the Shrine to Rankle
It's
first.
kept me alive for weeks on little food. But I'll let you into my secret human if you want some.
That's very good of you. I've completely forgot his name already. I went to write it down.
Mutt, right.
Yeah. That's okay, Matt. Maybe you keep on to it in case you need it for later. Don't want it to run out.
Alright. Okay. Right, you ready to go?
Certainly am.
Let's go.
Alright then. Come on then, let's go. Oh, glad you guys came. It's been horrendous, yeah? Group
Have they been here long?
dictator. Ugh. Well, yeah, we've been here a few months. Felt like an eternity. I mean, we're used to living in dark, damn caves, but when you're just stuck in there the entire time with no sunlight because there's shadow creatures out there that just want to eat you, and then you're not allowed to go out because the clan leader says you can't go out, then, you know how that feels?
No, we don't.
Can we try not to ask questions where we get a life story length answer?
Don't listen to him. Grizz is just grumpy because I killed the dragon again.
He's a rather rude one, isn't he?
I'm complicated, not rude.
I gotta say though, we heard that he was one of the ones that really smashed the dragon up.
Yes, he definitely did.
Right. They were watching out the cave. Just what they said, just what it's saying. Maybe it should be Grizz the Dragon Slayer, not Drent the Dragon Slayer.
I think that's a fantastic idea. In
I
fact,
don't wanna
he
be a
would
dragon
really
slayer.
appreciate it if he went and told him about how cool and how powerful he is.
What about Mutt the Dragon Slayer?
No, no.
No.
That can't happen.
I think
Mutt was a
that-
chicken, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Hiding in the back.
There's nothing wrong with that, Novak.
Munching on moss.
Broderson would
Mutt.
be proud of it.
Moss.
Next you'll be telling me you're gonna chop off my toe. Come on, let's go. Because somebody overheard your conversation about what happened with Daggis and Mozo, because you were openly talking about it earlier. Rumours spread very quickly in this place, as you've now found out. Yeah, so he starts to walk you sort of out of the main cavern that you seem to be in. There's lots of like little pockets and alcoves in the main cavern area, but the depth of the waterfall inside seems to go far deeper. And as Mutt leads you through a labyrinth series of passageways, the path is dimly lit now only by the flickering of the torches that you're carrying, or that Mutt is carrying at least, and the walls are just starting to narrow in around you. And as you start to walk on, there's a heavy scent of dampness and age-old stone as the air just around you just feels a bit more stagnant, and it starts to go eerily silent other than your own footsteps and the sounds of the torch. And you see Mutt a little bit more. Let's be a little careful now, as his steps are carefully measured, as he's constantly scanning the surroundings, as you start to feel a little bit like the sense of unease from him. And the passageway begins to open up ahead of you, revealing a small chamber, and here the atmosphere shifts as a deep rumbling echoes through the caverns, causing Mutt to tense up, his eyes wide and full of concern, and he starts to mumble himself, and he's just, don't took him here, and oh my god, I knew I was gonna get myself killed, as he's anxiously glancing around and clearly unsettled by the disturbance. And in that same moment, as you turn the corner, you're caught aback as your eyes are drawn to the unexpected presence of the shrine that now appears before you. In this grand open cavern, at the heart of this shrine, stands a massive stone statue depicting a strong, winged creature looming over the chamber like a powerful sentinel. And two large pillars flank the statue, etched with intricate engravings as they rise high into the cavern's vaulted ceiling. But an eerie feeling does wash over you, as you feel as though you're being watched, as the statue's polished black eyes seem to follow your every step with the flickers of the light of the torch. And atop this stair that leads up to the shrine, you see a small bowl filled with what looks like water, as it seems to glow with a mesmerizing light. And with that, I will give you a little bit of a handout, just to depict it.
Oh wow.
Which I will bring onto the
Good,
back
yeah.
overlay for everyone else.
That's a bit hench.
It's very shriny.
You didn't say Grankul was this handsome, Lovak.
Sure, I did.
I'm gonna clutch my shield a bit closer to me while we're walking up to it.
There's got to be something here. Matt, this shrine has obviously been here a very long time. It's obviously here before you came to the cave network, yes?
Well, we only came here a few months ago. So yes, I'm gonna guess so, because we didn't build it.
That's what I thought. I'm sure you are such a fine stonemason yourself, but
I mean, I can chisel. I'm fairly handy with rock, but I mean, look at that.
yeah, that's rather impressive.
So, could I take a closer look? I mean, like, is it actually Grankle?
Sure. Give me. Well, how are you going to do this? You looking from where you are? You're going to approach.
I won't go too close, like away from the party. It looks quite colossal, so I think I can get a good look, maybe like 20 meters back.
What if it's Grankle's baby brother?
Yeah,
Is that Krugek?
devil baby.
So yeah, you're about 30 or so meters away from this statue. So you're gonna get a little bit closer. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just have a close look.
Okay. So you're set back. You're about 3 stairway down from this, so you can see like there's 3 layers of stairs there. And as you start to approach, the wind howls past you as the cavern begins to shake. As debris starts to like feel unsettled as dust fills the air in the cavern, but doesn't go beyond that. So you're about 25 meters out now, or 25 feet out, sorry.
Okay. Cool. So is it Grankle?
Investigation check, please.
4. Shit.
4. So this appears to be some etchings in the pillars, but you're finding it difficult to read from here. You can't see any visible markings on the statue itself.
So the statue's not a bugbear, though, is it?
Oh, from what you can gather, it is a bugbear.
Oh, okay.
The build, muscular strength, but it seems to be what you would depict as something we were told in folklore. A bugbear folklore that, are the great, strong bugbear heroes, the gods of the deities of the bugbears. You would imagine it would be someone like that.
Is it like how we have human angels, like the wings and everything? It's the same sort of thing, right? It's like a bugbear but with wings, yeah.
Why don't you ask DG, Lovak, Chris, if he knows anything about it?
Oh, I could.
Good call.
For Lovak, though, just to be clear, it's unusual for you to see bugbears out of their usual form. Like the wings just seem a little bit strange to you.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want me to speak to Lovak? Obviously this is your kind of people and your culture. So do you want me to speak to DG right now or not?
Some things make me feel uneasy about this shrine. I think a second opinion would be good.
Okay. So I put my hand to my sword and say, "Hey, DG, you up?"
As you feel a resonance from your sword as a voice fills the air around you. Yes, Grizz.
How do bugbears get wings?
Red Bull.
Good point.
Other brands are available. As DG seems to respond. I'm confused at the question, Chris.
We're in a shrine and there's like a big bugbear, but the big bugbear's got big wings. Kind of like, could it be like an angel but bugbearier?
I've not heard of such beings or evolutions of bugbear kind.
Do you know Grand Cool?
Only in vague whispers. A lesser deity of goblinoids.
You wouldn't happen to know if he's got wings, would you?
That I cannot tell you.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Grizz.
Speak to you soon.
As the resonance.
Was that helpful, Lovak?
What did he tell you about the shrine specifically, Chris?
That he knows who Grand Cool is, but only vaguely, so he couldn't give me a huge amount of information. But normally, bugbears don't have wings.
But did you ask him about the shrine in case it's not Grencool?
I don't know. I asked him a lot of stuff. You were there.
I don't know. Can we hear him, or is it?
Yeah. Well, you can hear me. Well, I do. Oh, yeah. I don't know. What did you do last time when I wasn't?
I think we can clarify whether you want it to be like just you hearing or open voiced.
Yeah, my understanding was I could have a private conversation with him, but if I make it clear I'm not, then it's open to everyone.
It's telepathic, so like the story of the origin was told to you all as for you not to have to like explain everything to everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so do we get closer and see if we can get more details going up close? I mean, this does feel dangerous, but
Just tread lightly. We'll go closer though.
hey, Drent, you've got that cloak. Would that help you get closer safely?
I could go one better than that, and I cast Mage Hand and just start walking it across the floor to see if there's any like pressure plates or any issues.
Nice.
Interesting.
It's a good idea, though, Grizz. You really made me think of it then.
Yeah.
You could use the cloak to sweep the dust away. So.
It's on my armor now. I'm not taking this thing off.
Can you give me a stealth check, please?
Let's go. Not with disadvantage. No, thank you. Ooh, let's go. 21.
So, yeah, the rumblings as Lovak appeared to move forward don't seem to continue as your hand walks its way towards the shrine. What would you like to do with it?
The intention, I guess, was to attempt to not braille read him, but just see if it was going to cause any traps to trigger on any like pressure plates on the floor or cause any issues. And if not, say it appears safe, Grizz. Maybe one of us could go forward.
I'll go. I tiptoe towards it. watching for any traps that might not have been discovered.
Mike, you said it appeared that the eyes were staring at us as well, like locked onto us as we walked in. Do they seem to be following Lovak, who's moving forward, or is it on the party, or is it on us individually?
Give me an investigation check
Ugh.
as you're staring at these eyes. Okay.
14?
So you get a sense that the way that these eyes are polished, like the stone that must sit within them, almost like you saw similar in the obsidian carved stone of the elemental plane of earth, for example. You saw it, but this has been so polished that any light flickers off, it looks as though its eyes are gazing. So you perhaps feel that they aren't following you in this moment, but it gives the illusion of being followed, at least.
Lovak, those eyes look like they're worth some coin as well.
I'll throw you up later.
Maybe we shouldn't desecrate a shrine.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
It's Grand Cool after all.
Yeah.
And Lovak, as you start to take some steps, nothing seems to happen, and you get to the first platform, but again, just you hear a sudden howl of wind come over the top of you from the wind blowing through the cave system. Flows, like makes your hair move a little bit as it fills the shrine's area, as again it starts to reverberate as dust again falls from the ceiling above you.
Do you guys hear that?
I don't like this.
I must persist.
Has it started as we're getting closer to the shrine, or is it getting more frequent?
I'll try to go a few more steps towards it. My way's going up now, is it? Upstairs?
Maybe
Matt
we
also
should
shouts
send.
out. Sorry.
I was going to say maybe we should send Mutt forward.
You Grand Cool or Hurgrak, Matt?
I mean, both good. I don't know, but I don't want to go. I came to just show you. I don't want to go up there.
I'll just continue.
But the rumbling happens all the time.
As you carry on walking, as he's talking, and you arrive around the mesmerizing light that fills this bowl, and inside it you see a liquid, looks like water.
Can I'll does anyone have any empty bottles?
I might actually. Hang on a second, Lovak. I think I've got a water skin. Yeah, you can grab this. So I throw over my water skin to Lovak and then sort of shrink back again.
I'll submerge it to fill it up.
And as you do that, you see the water, as you're pressing down, start to fill this water skin.
It worked. Cool.
And as it
Thank
fills
you.
up and you pull it away, you put the lid back on, but it suddenly feels lighter.
Is everything okay, Lovak?
I'll check to see if it's still contained or not.
And as you look in, you turn it upside down and the water seems to have dissipated.
Didn't this happen at DG's place?
It's giving me those kind of vibes.
I'll toss back Cathbad's water skin.
Thanks, Lovak.
Okay. Pinky in and just try a bit.
Oof, that's bold.
As you put your pinky in, another gust of wind comes through the chamber, and as your finger touches the water, the chamber really starts to shake. As an extraordinary large gust that comes in this time. Maybe like a gale is blowing outside now, and as it does that, a part of the ceiling dislodges some debris. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yes. Oh, what's that? That is a 15.
You manage to avoid this rock that lands to the side of you. The rest of you are okay, as the debris just seem to fall on this particular spot. But as you touch your pinky to your mouth in the same moment as you're pulling back, a healing and warm sensation seems to flow over you. As suddenly you feel your strength start to return to you as well, as you have this moment of clarity that you perhaps haven't experienced in quite some time, and perhaps as exciting and as exhilarating and energetic as when you took the waters back in the Garlig's tomb, and your strength returns, as does your maximum hit points.
Nice. And my dexterity. Yeah.
Yeah, strength. Sorry, I meant physical strength. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Lovely jubbly.
Is everything all right, Lovak? You're not turning orange or anything from the water.
This stuff is delicious. You gotta try it.
Really?
Makes you feel. It gives a little buzz. Yeah. Makes you feel whole again. That makes sense.
But are we going to dislodge the ceiling if we take any more?
Is it the same way as it did in Kuram, or whether it was Lovak with the water that healed us? I have a fog over my head. I might feel weak. Is it the same thing?
I believe so. Yes. Here, I hold up my pinky finger. Just take some.
I would like to approach it's only like a dais, right? Or a dais, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Is it similar to the one that was in not Earthfield? Is it Kuram? What's it called?
It was the one just outside Earthfield in Tagalog.
Yeah.
Tomb,
Does it
but this
appear
one was
anything
held
similar?
by the statue. The bowl looks very similar.
Yeah, very similar. Okay, I would like to scoop some up in my hands and take a drink as well. Then see if
it's made of like solid, what looks like solid gold or something, and a material similar to what you saw in Garlic's tomb.
Is this the same as DG's place? No, DG didn't know anything about it, right?
I didn't like ask so much about the shrine itself, but I was just trying to find out a bit more about Grancool and whether we could identify whether this actually was Grancool. I mean, it does seem like it's a similar sort of shrine, but like,
You would have said, right?
yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
I've got
it
a
didn't.
shrine.
Because he said he was basically the reason why I didn't ask more questions because he said he was basically only vaguely aware of Grand Cool. You know, he just said it was a lesser deity and that was it. No offense, Grand Cool. Not saying you're a lesser deity. Just somebody else said that. I didn't say that.
As you almost seem to be convincing yourself as you look at the statue, and his eyes seem to be piercing down at you.
Yeah, I'll do some forgiving motion. Like, don't hurt him. Something like that. Didn't mean it.
Do you think if you could get the goblins and the bugbears and the hobgoblins to come down here and drink from it, it would restore them to their strength?
And when you say that, I just say, Mother.
Yeah, I was gonna say we maybe do that when we're on our way out of here, just so that nothing bad happens, because they're all feeling really super confident. But because Lovek's mother is affected, maybe we should deal with it straight away.
I'll run over to Cathbad and grab the water skin again and just try to fill it up once more.
And as you do that, the same thing happens. It doesn't seem like this water can be taken from this place.
I'll aggressively throw it to the floor, but towards Cathbad.
Thanks, Lovek. That is my only water skin, by the way. But don't worry too much.
If I stick my head into it, does the... Sorry, oh, did I... My finger that I did put into it, does the ram still like stay on my finger, or is my finger dry now? If that makes sense.
Yeah, so as you pull back, it seems to have absorbed into your essence essentially, and yeah, it's just dissipated now. So you don't have a wet finger anymore, but it has permeated your body.
Yeah. I was seeing if I could bathe in it, be wet, and just run back up, and then
Hug me.
tuck my hair or whatever.
Just do like a dog shake to dry us off, and
Yeah.
get on everyone.
Dog shake heel. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Cool. Sorry, dog. He did the dog shake actually.
Timing, Ludwig.
So yeah, I'll just continue to look at this shrine just to
Yeah,
see.
what about the inscriptions that were mentioned
Yeah.
that you couldn't read earlier?
Yes.
What language are they?
So as you, I guess all of you are approaching now and taking a look around. It seems, I guess you've felt this safe. So as you all start to look around, yeah, you see the two pillars have all various forms of engravings, and some are written in perhaps a goblinoid old dialect, but or scripture, and the other ones are more pictations. So perhaps less relevant like language, but rather seeing different motions and different, I don't know, like cave paintings almost, inscripted into them. But as you start to do that, we'll end the first half of the session here and take a quick break, because I appreciate we haven't had a break yet. And if we come back in 5 minutes time to come back, and what I'll do is ask everybody for an investigation check as we try to uncover what is on these engravings. So yeah, we'll take a quick break and we'll see you all in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. We'll rejoin the group as, they've just entered the Shrine of some what looks to be a bugbear deity, but right now a little bit unsure. But as you've now found the healing water, similar to what you experienced earlier in the campaign into Garlic's tomb, you start to realize the area around you is perhaps safe as you look towards the engravings on the outer edges of this shrine. And yes, so as you're investigating these, please, which seem to have, like I said, various pictures or pictations and a mix of goblinoid languages, an old dialect, it seems. Yeah, can you please give me investigation checks? And I need to see why my roll table has
7.
disappeared.
Ooh, 3.
Oh, there we go.
16 for Drent and Cuthbert.
Okay. So we got 15, 16, 7, 3, and 16. So we'll start first off with Grizz as you're sort of looking at the left hand side pillar, and you do oddly, even though you can't like read Goblin, make out the writing says something like Grankle, how you would kind of put word to writing, as it's written in Goblin, and next to it you see pictures of what looks to be similar to the statue that you see before you, riding a massive winged creature through stormy skies. So you see bolts of lightning and cloud depicted in this, battling what almost appears as, you know, lightning bolts being thrown, a large giant creature.
Okay.
Lovak, as you're looking on the right hand side, as you've gone a little bit further as the group scuttle up to the left, you see that the engravings, while you're seeing various pictations similar to what Grizz has just seen of various battles and perhaps hunting of animals or great creatures you can see, they don't just seem artistic but appear to hold a deeper meaning, perhaps some sort of pattern, but they aren't in a language you can understand. It's almost like this creature is moving between different places in a very quick and sharp way, and you can't quite piece the pattern together, but it seems like something. And Drent and Cathbad, you rolled the same, didn't you? So, do any of you speak Goblinoid?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You don't.
No.
Okay, Cathbad, do you find a particularly interesting part of these engravings that does seem to be like a fluid piece of text? So nobody else has seen anything like this as of yet. So you could see that it's in a Goblinoid writing, and you can't read it. So, but it does seem to have something of interest.
Okay. Can I maybe I don't know if there's much point, but can I maybe draw it out on a scroll of paper or just trace it or something? And then maybe show Lovak?
Yeah, you can do that, and as you're sort of sketching away with, I assume you have some paper on you if you're
I have
doing
a scroll. I don't have any chalk or anything actually, so maybe I'll just point it out to Lovak later.
I mean, you can call him now if you like. It's up to
Yeah.
you.
Lovak. This I'm sort of like pointing over at it because it's creeping me out a little bit. The whole architecture. This bit down here looks like something a little bit different to the rest of the writing one can see.
It's goblin. That says.
Go on. Tell me.
Dot.
So it says something along the lines of, only those showing true agility and strength will reveal the gateway to the wonders beyond.
Agility and strength.
And you see almost like a continuation of what you saw earlier, but in a little bit more detail, but like this pattern of movement. A movement from one dot to the next.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is reminding me of the garlic tomb, wasn't it? Where we had the stepping stones. Could it be something similar?
Yeah.
Dexterity, jumping from tile to tile. That was one of the puzzles in his dungeon, and this has similar aspects, doesn't it, with the water?
Do you think they all hire the same designer for these things?
Yeah. The guy that did the Holy Grail tomb in Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Are they writing to you in lots of different languages?
You do see more than one writing, one that completely makes no sense to you. It's a lot of sharp, almost like, I don't know, like the wind is blowing. It's the only way I'll describe it.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
I don't want to take up a full 10 minutes then, because I don't know how long we have. So I'm going to use a spell slot to cast Comprehend Language.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Which means I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear. I also understand any written language that I see.
Okay. So, as you cast this spell, these almost like fluid written, I don't know, letters or whatever you would call it, start to form into legible words that you can understand, as it's actually an Oran language, as you kind of read it, and it's talking about the sort of wind, the air, and sort of the motion of movement, and you see that it's some sort of riddle that describes, as you're reading between the lines, the elements of air and wind. And as you're inspecting this closely, and you did roll a 16, you find, as you're reading through it, the wind will guide the way, as you see a small hole between the carvings, no bigger than probably 2 fingers wide. 2 fingers wide. In diameter, sorry. I'll use 2 fingers in diameter. Written in the text.
Okay. I obviously repeat that to the party, and then point out the hole, and ask them if there's any more around. And can I get to the other side of, like, so where the hole is? Can I get to the other side of it? So
No, it seems to go into the wall
Okay.
beyond, and you can see that it's about 2 fingers in diameter, but it's a hole that seems to, it's got depth to it. You can't see the bottom of it, and it goes off. And actually, as you're stood there and you're all looking around and you've actually observed this, another howling gust of wind comes through the chamber as it brushes over your shoulder. It whistles as it enters the hole, as the cavern begins to shake, and again quite violently this time, as this was again another, probably a stronger gust of wind than the last one that shook past Lovak's shoulder over the water, the healing water. And again, as this happens, can everybody give me a dexterity saving throw as dust, debris, and rock falls from the ceiling above?
11.
Oh,
11 for me, so
13 for Drunt.
Anybody who failed a 15, can you take 1d6 damage, please, as small rock and debris hit you?
Are you rolling for all of us, or do you want us to roll for ourselves?
You roll. Oh yeah, good point. I can roll. Shh, being lazy there. There you go.
Yeah,
Nice deal.
let's go.
yeah, that's
So,
what we like.
Awesome.
Roll the one. I forgot to get my dice, so digitally roll them. So yeah, you all take 1 point of damage if you roll less than 15. But you sense that channeled wind seemed to.
Asian. Look at it.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, but Trent, you sense that as that happened, you kind of saw this like visually, like happening before you. Like, I know you can't see the wind, but you felt it go over you, and you heard. So you put the perception of this moment together and saw that as the wind went into this, something was happening.
What height is this hole?
It's around eye level, head level
Six
of a
foot.
stand. 5.5, 6 feet.
Okay.
Matt, can you bring the torch over and see if like the light does anything to it?
Okay.
Oh, I'll have it off you if you want.
Yeah, okay. So he hands you the torch.
Like hold the light in front of it. Does anything like that's like the Indiana Jones things, isn't it? Where it like creates something to go through it.
You
Yeah.
can see the light sort of pierces part of it, but the darkness takes over.
Okay, if I poke my fingers in there.
As you
Anything?
poke your fingers in there, you feel almost like not so much of a suck-in motion, but like the wind would carry through it, or like, you know, that there's something the other side, you know, that
Yeah.
there's a flow.
So is it basically trying to guide us into somewhere that we can't currently go? Is that basically the long and short of it, right? Because it's too small for us to fit into.
It's
do we
too
need to
small
try
for
and-
you, it's- yeah.
Yeah. So do we need? Because it said to follow the wind, right? So the wind is going into that hole.
How do we open it? Something to do with
Strength
and
and
dexterity.
dexterity.
Can I check the floor at this point? I'm guessing all the stuff we read was on the pillars and stuff. Is that what we said? Have we checked the floor for like writing or carvings or anything?
Have we tried blowing into this hole?
I'm guessing you
Put our
can't.
own wind.
Or can't put the water in there if it disappears too soon.
It's too high to fluff into that hole as well.
I mean, Lovak, are you going to try blow into the hole?
Yes, with my lips.
Okay, so you head over to this hole, and you put your mouth over it as though trying to resuscitate or like bring someone from their unconsciousness without the tongue, and you blow into this hole, and as you do this, you feel the cavern again start to shake, and Are you going to continue blowing?
This is a full 2 bugbear lung blow.
I mean, that's pretty strong and dexterous.
I just realised I put something a little bit beefier on. But, yeah. So, as you do this more strengthened blow into this hole, the cavern begins to rumble once again as small rock, debris, and dust starts to fill the air around you. And this rumble continues for around 5 seconds as debris falls, but doesn't seem to be landing anywhere near any of you, as a sound can be heard coming from the direction of the statue, as you start to see a heavy stone entryway open from the floor beneath it. So on that statue that you can see kind of between its legs, underneath its legs. So this big stone has just come up.
Good work, Lovak.
Nice one.
It's a good thing I didn't fluff into it.
It'd have probably blown the doors off.
Sorry, what is it? Is this
So this stone is like
theory.
revealed a corridor now. But you can't see that yet because you haven't gone over there. But
Can't
it's
see it.
essentially revealed a passageway.
Do you think Mutt may be worth sending Mutt back to tell everybody about the healing power of this water while we go and investigate? It's not like he's gonna come and help us if we're in a fight.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll grab Matt. Matt, you must run and tell them of the others of this healing, of the healing power of this water. Tell Brovac, and tell them they need to bring Moog here.
Yes,
This
master.
water. It says
go.
water can't be transferred. Something along those lines.
He doesn't take much convince. He's like,
It's strange. I'm gonna get killed by these rocks. I'll go. I'll see you
And
soon.
before he goes, I'll grab him and say, Matt, you do this, I will brand you as part of the Furies. I'll go.
Me?
Fury.
As he just
runs off with so much excitement, and he actually does like a leg flip as he's going. And you've never seen a goblin move so fast, you know. Yeah, and off he goes. So yeah, this doorway is now opened up beneath the statue, revealing a chamber of some kind. What would you like to do? And also the cavern's now gone silent. Doesn't seem to be rumbling anymore.
Only
I think
one
we
option,
found
guys.
what we're looking for, though.
Yeah. Let's get in the chamber, right?
Let's do it.
Let's see what secrets lie ahead.
Before we go, I'll kneel down to Ground Cool. Just say to myself, thank you. And then I'll head off.
Okay.
I'm gonna trail in last of the group.
So I'm just gonna stop you. So you're gonna get to the where this doorway's opened, right? And can you all give me an investigation perception check, please?
So investigation, perception. $16 here.
Okay. So yeah, first off, so you all see as you look through this doorway, you see a long, straight, narrow corridor that seems to carve its way through this dense rock. So there's not much in the way of light here other than what you're now carrying with the torch. And the corridor is around 50 feet or so in length, and no more than about 15 feet wide. and at the far end you see a large closed stone door similar to that which is just opened in front of you. So just a heavy barricade at the opposite end, almost like a mirror image of where you are now, yeah? But more interestingly, along this corridor you now see 5 stepping stones or platforms that appear to be spread equidistant from each other over this 40-50 foot expanse, and they're around 6 or 7 feet apart, right? And these platforms stand around 50 feet off the ground. So actually, as you look down now, there is a 50-foot drop. And as you look down with the torch, there are spikes all over the floor. So what you are now seeing is essentially spike traps beneath you, but with 5 singular 5-foot pillars 6 to 7 feet apart over to the other way. Over to the other door, yeah? But the door is closed. Now,
How far away did you say it was? Sorry, Mike. To the door.
about 40 to 50 feet from where you're gathering right now. You got dim light. Anyone, do you got night vision?
Yep.
Okay,
Dark
you
vision,
could probably gather. Yeah, dark vision. Sorry, you probably gather it's more around 40 foot rather than 50 foot. The light is adding an extra few feet here for those who haven't got dark vision. Lovat, you rolled a 16, and as you inspect, and you saw everything that I just described, and as you inspect the walls at the edges of this narrow corridor, which is also probably about 20 or 30 feet above you as well, so there's just this long kind of empty corridor essentially. At the edges of these walls you see a series of small holes dotted along them, which you imagine to be similar to spikes or dart traps.
Can I blow into them?
Or blowholes. Yeah, you never know. But Grizz and Drent, as you sort of taking all of this in as well, and you look at these platforms, you see that there are slight depressions as you look down around the edges of the platform's base, as though they might have the potential to move up or down.
Up or down, but not like closer or further apart, right?
No, so they're almost like, they're a pole that can go up or down, but they're a 5-foot stone base, like a tiki stack or something, you know.
Okay. I need to have a look a second because I can run on walls, can't I? Let me have a look at the details of that because
Yeah.
I should be able to just do this, right?
For a visual, Mike. So as we've walked into this chamber or whatever, are the pedestals then, are they so many meters in the air, or are they at our level and then the spikes are below us?
So they are at your level in terms of
but
their height.
Could drop.
Yeah, they're at your level in terms of their height, but obviously everything else is a drop around those 5 foot. Yeah, so what you're imagining right now is you'd have to jump between them.
Onto them, and then with our investigation
Bear in
checks,
mind,
there's a chance they could fall.
It's a 6-7 foot jump between each one.
While Grizz is looking that up, then I'm gonna turn and say to the party, it seems very convenient that I think maybe what's his name? Who was the guy we just killed?
Grupan.
Grupan may have come across you. I think this cloak of mine would allow me to go straight over to the other side. I'm wondering if it's something he may have used.
That's a good spot, Drent, but it doesn't fill me with much confidence because what was he doing down here? What is the nature of this place?
I could be wrong, but
we'll have to carry on. But sorry, there's just something quite unsettling to me around this.
Rupan is unsettling. He's not a nice bugbear.
Well, he wasn't.
He's quite lovely now. Yeah.
Peaceful now, yes.
I'll give you an extra visual in terms of this sort of mirror image that you've got with is a doorway the other side. There is only about, probably say, a foot to 2.5 foot maximum ledge at the other side. So just because you said you're going to run across it, or potentially run across it, or walls, or wherever you're going to do, if you make it to the other side, the door is closed. So I'm just trying, and you can't stand on a 1 to 2.5 foot ledge without potentially holding on, which is going to be saving throws. Okay, so I'm going to make you aware of that, but it's not meant to stop you doing whatever you're going to do.
Okay, so there's not space to land, basically.
At the other side, no.
Not comfortably, not to stand, no. But you can hold on, and I think that's cool. So
You could use your cloak to widen your cloak, and then we could shoot arrows at the cloak to hold you in place into the wall.
Oh, I'd be fine. I could fly over there.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking more for everyone else. I'm assuming there's no one's seen any like pictographs or anything like we saw on the statues, or any writings at all. That would be.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Anything, Mike?
So you have, and as I described to people, you've seen things. So I'm happy if you want to go back and have another investigation check now that you've looked at it.
Sorry, no. In this chamber, is there any writing?
Oh, in this chamber, there's no engravings or writing
no.
whatsoever. No.
Nah, but no interest in going back. Keep moving forward. Well, someone needs to try it, and I think.
So, like, there's a door at the other end that's currently closed, and there's not a lot of space around that door, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be some mechanism to open the door at the other side. Surely, that's the assumption we're making, right?
Are there any holes in that door that we can blow into?
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking. Is there any
I'm looking
wind
for
in?
I'm looking for a
Is there
blowhole.
any wind?
Yeah.
You
Can
can't see
anybody
any.
create wind?
We just need some of Brodeson's cooking if we're going to all create some wind, but he's not here.
Right. Because what my thing says is you can move along vertical surfaces and across liquids on your turn without falling during the move as well. So I should be able to just make it across, right?
I reckon you are so fast and dexterous that you'll be able to do it anyway. But it's when you get to the other side that's the issue.
But then you could always, if you're struggling on the other side, you can always just run on back, right?
Yeah, because the
carry on
implication is
matrixing round.
yeah, exactly, yeah, because it just says without falling during the move as well. So
Is that a one-shot use, or is that just an innate action?
that's a feature of my class, a class feature kind of thing,
so
rather than
you could just run back if you start losing.
yeah, it's a monk
balance.
feature. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or death. That's pretty.
Yeah. I just kind of run around in circles, like they do on the motorbikes. Like, yeah, totally.
It's quite a cool visual.
I mean, I don't get any spells. I don't ever get to do anything cool other than fall really efficiently. Like this is my moment, right? I'll blow into any holes I see.
Leave the blow into me.
So while I could also Misty step over there, I'm more than happy to let Grizz give this a go first, and then Trent with the cloak if not.
Okay.
I got no interest in going over. I think Grizz and Novak have a real good chance of getting over there and being strong enough to break through the door. I think Misty Step might be a little short of the distance we need to go, Cuthbert.
Oh yeah, good shot.
Holy shit, I'm
It's
doing
only
this as
30.
well.
It's 50 feet away the door, right?
Yeah, 40.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Closer to
40.
40.
40, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I've got the speed to do it in one move as well, so I don't even need to do anything spectacular beforehand or use a
Cool.
Okay.
double
So
dash,
describe
dash
to
or
me
anything.
how you're going to do it then, Grizz.
Okay, so I take a brief moment to concentrate, and I go, very quiet, and then I just basically run up from just outside just outside the room. So I've just got a few feet running start, just so I can get moving, and then I kind of basically run up on the wall like sideways and try and sprint to the end, and jump off at the end.
So, as you do this and you run along the walls,
Mm-hmm.
nothing seems to happen as you continue yourself away around the wall and you arrive towards this platform on the other side, this very small platform. And what would you like to do when you reach there?
Look for a hole to blow into.
You can't, like, you just your normal perception, you can't see any, because you're doing this on the move, you can't see any holes or anything like this. So what would you like to do?
Keep running backward. Oh, hang on. So, is there a small space I can stand on? I could just about balance. Is it? No. Okay.
You would have to. I'd have to make you do a saving throw on every 6 seconds, basically. Obviously, we can go into an initiative order to do different things, but like rather than like literally 6 seconds ago, I like saving throw. So we won't do it that way. But
okay, so I decide to dash and basically come back round and turn around and come back.
Thought you was going to try the stepping stones, Chris.
Oh, actually, yeah. So yeah, hang on a minute. So there's stepping stones. So I could actually jump onto one of the further ones, couldn't I? And I could stand there at least, right?
Yeah.
Or at least in theory. Okay, let's jump onto the stepping stone instead then, yeah.
So as you stand onto, or like you run around this wall now and you bounce off and you get to the last stepping stone, you arrive on it. And for a moment you start to feel this stepping stone depress as it jolts slightly and starts to depress in the ground, but it stops suddenly as you start to hear sounds come from the sides of the wall. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh no.
As spike darts start to fling out of this wall.
Oh, I can deflect those.
That's why I think it's got to be this.
I did get a 23, by the way, so maybe I don't even need to do that.
You can grab them and throw them back as well, can you?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like I could literally
clog them up with their own arrows, the shooters,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so that was a great save and throw. So yeah, you manage to like tiptoe around this platform as these spikes fling around you. But you get a sense that this is not a safe place to stay.
I don't think this is a safe place to stay.
Grizz, is the door shut, or is it open? Is it a door? Or is it like a?
It's a stone.
Stone.
It's a large stone
rise up and down,
wall. Yeah, big. Yeah, block.
Okay. I was thinking, is it an illusion?
So, like the darts happened and I've dodged them, and like, am I just stood on the platform now and nothing else is happening?
Yeah,
right?
and again it cricks again, and you feel like the same thing is going to happen. But I'm going to give you the option to move before you do that. But if you want to stay where you are, then that's fine.
Okay. I want to head back to the group.
Any idea how the door will open?
Not like what I'm doing right now is all I can tell you.
Maybe we do need to run back and just check the rest of the texts.
Yeah.
What is it that it said that we needed strength and dexterity, or strength or dexterity?
I think
Strength
both.
and dexterity, it said, and I thought that was pretty dexterous what I just did.
I
Yeah.
agree, but you said there's a ledge to hang on to, right?
Maybe the ledge is some sort of switch.
Test
If we
of
put weight on it.
strength.
Do we need to commit to doing all of the
all of the
pressure
stepping
points.
stones, yeah.
Yeah.
Dexterity run across all of them in
And then-
order, and then land
then-
on the grab on.
I
Yeah.
have belief that it will open.
Yeah.
Through the door.
So the depictions in a war you've seen, so I think it was Lovak and someone else, you did actually see these little pictations. I think it was Drent.
Yeah, that was me, I think.
Oh, Cathbad, sorry.
Yeah.
So they did almost make a step in forward motion. So you know that from what you saw.
Okay, I think that could be it. The stepping stones.
in order, then, is it?
Okay.
You're not
Which is
tired, are you,
actually
Grizz?
good.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm okay.
Good, good.
Because got a few more
Could
of
do
those
this
left.
all day.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, Grizz? Because you're
Okay, so I'm going to hop back across the stones, the stepping
Okay, so
stones. So I'm
you-
going to do it in reverse. Yeah.
so you actually coming back on the stones rather than the walls.
Oh no, actually thinking about it. No, sorry, hang on a minute. No, I'm just gonna come back on the wall. I'm just gonna come back on the
Okay,
wall.
so you're gonna run across the wall again.
Yeah. That probably makes more sense.
So you
Does
run
the
back.
last one go back up? The last steps of the suit
As-
kind of go
Yeah,
back.
good.
As you release and you hit back onto the walls, yeah, the stone starts to come back up.
Okay.
You guys, Grizz.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna
Before
wall
you
run
go, Grizz.
back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when you get back to us, if you're going to run across them again, and I start giving you a little bit of a motivational speech, and I'm just going to use one of my bardic inspiration die on you if you're going to run across them again.
Okay.
It just gives you a 1d8 to a save or something for the next 10 minutes
Okay.
in case you fail one.
Lovak Cathbad, your rolls, right, were going into this chamber. Lovak's was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
That was
16.
the 16. You saw that there were other, like, you wouldn't have pieced together like his calculations or anything like that, but there were almost like additional like wording around this. Now that you've seen what's happening in front of you, you kind of start to piece it together, going, and it was almost like a step in movement, but almost like in goblinoid writing, like a pause before moving on. So you saw that there was these words between every step, if that makes sense. Like this word pause, or like, you know, like wait.
I think it's trying to say you need to use your hands to push the door open, like with your paws, and it will open then.
Yeah, that makes sense, Lovak.
For some reason, I think maybe stopping on every stone might be a good idea.
Okay.
Do we do them one at a time, or do we have to have have one of us on each of them?
I think one at a time.
I think
You
yeah,
wouldn't be
one
able
at
to
a
fit
time,
all
right?
of you on one.
No,
You
you
know
need
that
one
from
on each.
visually,
You-
yeah.
You need,
No,
I
but
think
I
you need
mean-
one on each.
But how many
okay.
stones are there? There are 4, right?
5.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's an old mechanism that needs
I-
time to register.
I think there's no way that they would be able to know how many people are coming and going. Imagine if there were just 2 people, or there were 10 people, or whatever. Like that would be.
Okay. So can you get from one to the other, and then to the door? Do you think, Grace?
That's the plan, isn't it?
I'm thinking that maybe the reason there isn't anything at the end of it is because that mechanism will pop up when you complete the sequence, right?
Yeah.
So to say this, Castle, you need to do it too.
I need to do it as well.
If you're gonna join us.
Oh, you mean we all need to do it? Like, what? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give
so
it a go.
let's. Yeah. Do you want me to? give it a go first because I've got the boost from Drent and high dexterity and all that.
Sure.
Okay, yes, I'm up for it. Tell me what I need to roll, Mike, to get across. I'll just jump.
Okay,
one,
so
pause.
you know this is about 6 to 7 feet away, right? And the basically jump in. If you've got 10 feet of movement while you jump, so you're able to run 10 feet forward, you get 3 plus your strength modifier, plus your strength plus 3 basically. So it's like 13 or wherever. If you don't have 10 feet of run and jump, you get half of that. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you've got that, you're able to do it.
So I done.
I mean, I can do that from a standing jump. Yeah, no problem.
So you cover a number of feet up to your strength score.
And
up to your score. Okay.
And I can spend a key point to double my jumping distance as well, mind you, as well. So I could do this with a blindfold on, I reckon.
So
I'm not going to do that, obviously.
And sorry, how far apart are the stepping stones?
6 to 7 feet.
I mean.
Yeah.
I am in trouble then. If I'm going to jump, because my strength is only a 9. So I can do the first one, but then after that I can only do 5 feet of jump from a standing start.
You're on mute, Dran.
But Catbad, couldn't you wild shape into one of your beasts with a much higher strength?
Ah, Trent, that's a good shout. And I'm sorry, this place has unsettled me enough that I didn't even think that was an option. You guys start, and I'll think of what might help me out here.
Maybe a bird. We wouldn't have to worry about them at all.
I don't know if I have any birds.
Well, I was actually looking at high jump. Long jump is half of your strength actually when you're standing still.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah, but I added the +3 you add on.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
What do you add on the +3
high
for?
jump. High jumps.
Oh, right, okay. I mean, I can definitely still do it because I can use my ability to double my jumping distance, right?
I mean, if you can open the door, I can just step up.
So yeah, if we can open the door, then we can figure out the rest from there, then, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see if we can do this. You know, that way. I'll use my ability, my bonus action ability, so it's just something I can do as well as movement and everything else.
There's always rope as well.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. I've got rope on me if needs be, so should we just get things moving?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Okay.
So Grizz, tell me how you're doing it.
So get a bit of a standing start. I'm kind of focusing for a second before I do it so that I can use my ability first of all to kind of double my jumping distance, and I say to the group, yeah, got this, and then I just run at the first one, pause, wait to see if anything happens.
So yeah, you jump onto this first pedestal, and yeah, again you hear that as it starts to depress, and as it starts to depress, you see the door across ahead of you start to raise.
Okay.
But then it seems to stop as you get another jolt on this pedestal. What would you like to do right now?
Okay, so the motion that's behind it has happened, so I think that's my pause. Then I'm going to move on to the next one.
Okay, so you can immediately jump to the next one.
Yes.
So as you do that, yeah, it seems to hold in place as it starts to rise maybe half a step the way that it happened, and then you move on to the next one and starts to depress as well, and the door moves up slightly more, so it's now about 20-30% open.
Okay, move on to the next one.
As this happens and you move, the stone entryway begins to fall.
Wait,
You want me again, Trent?
The stone door.
The one you
that's
came
behind
in.
us, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so one's going up, one's going down. Okay.
Oh,
One door closes, another one opens, right?
go.
Okay.
So
next-
as you're on the third
Trent
one,
Misty steps to the other side, not Misty steps. She uses the cloak to get to the other side and through the door.
Drent, you misty step and you're there.
The other side.
As you misty step, you feel a strange sensation wash over you. I will message you. And yeah, as Grizz, you move to the next step, starts to drop as the door opens even further, but the other door behind you starts to close. Now, I'm going to pause for a moment while Cathbad and Lovak tell me what they're doing.
I'm just like, are we waiting for Grizz to do all four and go through the door, then we do it ourselves, or can we just follow behind?
I don't think
This
we have an
door
option.
is around 30% closed now, at least. So you are starting to lose your momentum to jump from a running start.
Oh, right, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna, I've decided from Drent's advice that I am gonna go down the route of wild shape. So if I'm medium-sized as a human, I need to be a medium-sized beast, right? Because anything bigger is going to be too big for the stepping stones. Would that be fair enough to say?
I mean, are you turning into a flying creature?
I don't have any flying creatures in
You don't
my
have any
locker,
flying creatures.
so I'm going to be if I can be a bear, the strength 15, so that gives me my 8 feet of jumping from a standing start.
Okay.
So that should be enough. I wanted to be a goat, that would have been funnier, but they don't have enough strength score. I was really wanting to be a goat, but they're only strength 12, so I would have only... Because you said they're 6 to 7 feet apart, didn't you?
Yeah.
So that only gives me 6 feet jumping, so I'm going to become a bear, but I'm going to go last. I'm going to let Lovak go before me.
Okay.
It's funny you should say that because my strength is 12. So.
Oh, I assumed you had higher strength for some reason. But
But
you've
6
got
to
longer
7
arms.
feet to like go for it, you know. 6.
Okay, I'll
6 still half.
take a
of
run
your
and
strength.
jump. I'm off. I jump to the first one.
Yeah,
I
and-
mimic Grizz as close as I can. You know, pause for the same duration because I don't want to change what he did because it worked perfectly. It seemed.
and yeah, while you're doing that, I've transformed into a bear, and I've got my run up as long as I can, ready to go. I should be right.
Yeah, and you got
Yeah.
the same strength, yeah.
The bear has bear has strength 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, no issues, no concerns.
Yeah.
You make the jump without issue. Lovak, you were fine as well.
Good.
As Grizz, you moving on to the next.
Yep.
Yeah, and as you do that, again, the same motion happens as the doors start to 60 close behind you and about 70 open, 80 open in front of you. Cathbad,
Okay.
Lovak,
I'm
what are
waiting.
you doing? You
Waiting
moving
for
on?
Lovak.
Yeah, going as fast as Grizz did, doing exactly the same thing as he did.
Yeah, and as soon as
succeed.
Lovak makes the jump, I'm gonna sort of follow as quick as I can to the second stone.
And as Grizz, you get to the last stepping stone, the door behind closes as the door ahead fully opens. In this moment, Lovak, Cathbad, you're on stepping stones 3 and 2.
Yep.
Grizz, you're on number 5. As it depresses, and you get that sense to move again, what are you going to do?
Keep moving. Move
So you
forward.
move as the stone locks in.
Yeah.
And as you release off that last stone, all of the stones start to move up again.
Okay, get moving, everyone.
As the entry, the exit way that you've just gone through starts to close again.
Okay, get moving.
Go, Lovac, go, go. But I don't say that, I just roar, but...
Look, a hole. Yeah, I'm going.
You
Yeah.
succeed. So I'll do the last roll for you. As Lovac, as you jump onto the last ledge, you just lose your footing.
Whoa.
Can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Of course. 25.
25, but you manage to hold on as you pull yourself back up, and I'm sure somebody's going to help you. But yeah, you pull yourself back up as Cathbad, or a bear, jumps over your head.
I'll be helping him up, showing my strength and dexterity to help hold him up and pull him up.
Nice.
And as the bear jumps over your head and you roll out, the stone door just crashes behind you. As you hear a gust of wind.
What do we see?
So ahead of you now, as you sort of made your way through this and to the other side, you find yourselves in a narrow passageway which is small. It's much smaller than what you just experienced, and it appears to lead off towards the right as you start to, like I said, once again feel this fresh cold breeze strike your face, but it's different to what you just experienced before coming in here. This feels fresh, as if back into the outdoors, coming from obviously the direction of this passageway. But as you look towards this passageway, you also see a faint blue glow that seems to light the way beyond, and you follow this passageway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay in bear form, but yeah.
Yeah, so you start to follow this passageway. There's nowhere else to go. For about a minute or so, as the blue hue becomes stronger with each step that you take, until eventually it opens up into a large open cavern, at the center of which you see a colossal floating crystal.
Okay.
Similar to the one in Mosel's lair?
Yeah.
So this crystal, as you see it, starts to, it seems to be emanating a joyful radiance is probably the only way to explain it, as it starts to, or seems to cast an intricate pattern of blue light across the chamber, as you feel the air around you is charged with, I don't know, a faint hum, as the crystal seems to resonate with this magical energy. But while different in its design, it does appear to be a portal similar to those you encountered in Yordainbor and the Forgotten Mountains. And I appreciate we're pretty much at time. Do you want to give me a quick investigation check, everyone?
5.
And just a 10 for me.
9 or some really
5, 10.
really great rolls. Yeah,
16 for me.
nice Tramp.
So I think this will apply for most of you anyway. But as your eyes are just drawn to this crystal and you find yourselves staring at it, and it feels somewhat relaxing as you find yourselves lost in thought, watching these patterns come to life before you. But as the minutes pass unknowingly, you start to focus as you realize that these aren't just random patterns, but what appears to be clouds moving in the skies of a distant, perhaps alien world. And I think that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay.
You've just given me a very disturbing thought, though. We're going to the elemental plane of air. How are we gonna fly? Walk.
Pack a pillow.
Clouds. Oh, a wet pillow, isn't it? The denser.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just given the game away that I don't have any flying wild shape either.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're screwed now.
And if
must
the
have seen a
sky has
crow
no
at some
walls for me
point.
to run. Yeah.
But what I will say, as we end the session, the energetic radiance that seems to come from this, followed by everything that you've done to this point, you in yourselves, you start to feel far more enlightened, far more able and capable to do things than you thought were previously possible. And as this energy washes over you, you may level up to level 10.
Oh,
All right, cool.
God.
Oh, wow.
That's
Holy moly.
amazing. I'm gonna do mine tonight, I think.
ASI.
No take backsies then.
Mhm. Wowza.
Choices to be made.
What do we get?
I was gonna say, do you guys get anything good? Like, Bard is amazing at 10.
I don't know.
Bet it is,
Have a
mate.
look. We'll talk about it next time.
Oh boy, I get something good. I get something good.
Do you get that elemental thing that he was talking about?
Maybe.
I get a feat. Can I fly?
Do you really get a feat at 10?
ASI, yeah.
Oh wow, I thought that was only fighters. I didn't realize rogues got it as well.
I'm already 20 decks, so I'll check out the feats.
I would love it if there was and would give you like a flying scheme.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
It's okay for 5 sessions and I never used again.
Okay, so on that grand finish, as the group levels up to double figures, level 10, first time in this campaign, obviously. What a great milestone to hit, and what an episode to finish on, which is actually at session 45, by the way, of our streaming sessions. Obviously, we did sessions before that, so I actually think we're on session 60, if
That would
my
be right, yeah.
total count is right, because I think we did 15 non-streaming sessions. So yeah, what a great session 60 to end it on. And with that, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who participated tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the surprise I wanted to introduce tonight. So we will look to do that very early on, I'd say, in the next session, so something to look forward to. Thank you to everybody for watching as well, if you are watching us live tonight. And yeah, we'll be streaming again in 2 weeks' time, which for us will be the 5th of December, entering the Christmas run-up. So yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you all again. Thanks again for watching. We are the Conduits of Chaos. Just like to say goodnight to everybody, and yeah, look forward to seeing you again soon. Please do hit the like and subscribe buttons while you're there watching our videos, please. Have a good night, everyone.
Night, Aaron.
So
Right.